Module 1.2 Navigating the Form Book and Adding a Horse to the Horse Watcher. Welcome to Module 1.2 of your Proform Professional Training course. In this second module, we will guide you through navigating around the form book. We touched on this in Module 1.1, but in this module we'll give you much more detail and how to set up horses in the Horse Watcher. Opening race cards and results in the form book. There's various ways to open race cards and results. You can do it via the calendar, via the navigation bar, via the today's, tomorrow's, runner's screen, and via a horse or race search. So let's take them in order, and we'll start with the calendar. On the button bar down the left, the top item is the calendar, and you can also select the features that are on the button bar from the features menu at the top. So we select calendar, and it comes up with today's date and shows you the races running today. You can order the screen by clicking on the column headings like so, and reverse sort them by clicking again. We can move to a new day by selecting a day in the meetings list. We can just select one meeting to see the races. We can then use the calendar to go back to previous days, and the buttons at the side of the calendar, the first small button will take you back one day at a time, the second button backwards 1 month at a time, and the calendar refreshes every time you make a selection, and the big button will take you back a year at a time. So if you want to look at a race that was run on the 6th of August 2010, you navigate using the buttons to that date, select the 6th, and it might have been a Newmarket race, and it's this particular one you want to look at. So just double click the race, choose the race name, and the race will open up in the form book. The calendar is still highlighted at the top of here, so we can go back to the calendar, and if you want to quickly go back to today's date, if you just click on the month and year, it'll flick back forward right to today again. There's also a quick highlighter on the calendar which allows you to just filter the races on the screen. So you might want to only look at handicaps, so click on the handicaps, click apply, and the other ones are just greyed out so you can just see the handicaps. That's the end of the calendar tool. The second way to navigate around races in the form book is using the navigation bar at the top. Now we've already gone through this in module 1.1, so we'll just do a quick summary again. So if you click on the Today button, the navigation bar populates the list with today's races. You can move down, choose a race you want to look at, and click the Go button to open it. You can select multiple races using the plus button. Right click in the middle, select all to select all races, click OK, and all the races drop into the form book, which then allows you to navigate between each race. You can use the chevron keys to move forward and backward through various dates on the navigation bar, so you can quickly skip back 20 days, see the races run on that day. And that's a quick summary of the navigation bar. You can navigate to races in the form book using the today's, tomorrow's, yesterday's runners screens. So if we open today's runners screen, which again you can open from the button bar or from the features list, and we've opened that up and it shows today's runners. That's signified by today being ticked, and you can order this by race time, descending or ascending by just clicking on the time column. You can order by horse, so if you're looking for a particular horse, it's then in alphabetical order, and you found the horse you want to look at, double click the horse, then you can either go straight into just the horse's form, and this will drop the horse into the form book, Then if we look at the horse form tab, you can see this horse's form. We go back to the combo screen. If we wanted to look at this particular race it was running in, we can double click the horse and then choose the race name, and this brings the race up, and there's the horse in question. So the combo screen also has more information on when you're looking at a results. So if we change to yesterday's, so we untick today, tick yesterday, click apply, this shows us yesterday's runners, and it actually shows us the finishing positions now because these races have been run. So if we double click one of these races and drop into it, into the form book, we will see the result for the race. Back to the combos again, and there's more information on this screen. You've got the race name, odds, prize, jockey, trainer, etc. This is just another way of navigating around the form book by looking at yesterday, today, or tomorrow's runners. So the final way of navigating the form book would be to search for a particular horse you're looking for. So if you click on the search button and then choose horses, you can then type in a partial horse name. So you can do begins with, if we do begins with and then Cato, we'll get all the horses up that begin with Cato. Or we could have chosen contains and then put something like star in, and this will show us all the horses which contain star in the word. Then you can then double click on any horse, click its name, and it's dropped into the form book so you can look at its form. So that's just a further way of navigating around the form book. You could do the same on a race basis. So you search for a race, and now to look at the Air Gold Cup. So it contains Air Gold Cup. Click on Go. This will show us the Air Gold Cups over the last 15 years, which is how far the database goes back. And if we want to look at this year's, just double click, choose the race name, and the form book's populated with the result for this year's Air Gold Cup. So using the search buttons is a further way of navigating around the form book. So we've covered these 4 options of navigating the form book. So we'll move on now to searching for a horse and setting up an alert. I'm sure you've often seen an horse run and you want to make a note of it and see when it's running next time out. So you go back into Proform, and if you know which horse you're looking for, you can use the search function and put in part of the horse's name, find the horse that you're looking for, double click, and click the horse's name to drop into the form book, and then on the horse form tab above the horse's form is the shortlist button. You click on shortlist, horses to watch. That has now dropped into the horses to watch list. We can see this by clicking on the horse watcher, and in there we have Cato Star now. If we go back to the form book again and we want to add some notes in, we can go to the horse notes tab, add in some notes, and you will see that you're notified that this horse has got some notes. And if we go back to the horse watcher, you can see it's now got notes in there as well. And there's also one more way that you can add an horse to the horse watcher. If you're looking at a race today, so we'll navigate to a particular race, and you're on the horse notes screen for a particular horse, and you've just started adding some notes in, and you want it to go into the horse watcher, you can click on the shortlist button again and do it that way, or you can just quickly just tick these 2 buttons, today, tomorrow, and then when you go to the horse watcher, you'll see that Al Jazeera has been added to the horse watcher. So on the horse watcher screen, if you want to remove a horse, you just click on its name, choose remove, click OK, and that's taken out of the horse watcher screen. And if we go back to the welcome screen at this stage, you will see that Al Jazeera is noted as an horse running today or tomorrow because it's in the horse watcher. So that's covered setting up an horse in the horse watcher so that you're notified when it's running. And that's the end of module 1.2. Tomorrow module 1.3 will become available to you. In the meantime, watch this training course again and practice what you've learnt. The more you use Proform, the easier it will become.